Archangel Michael says, a package is arriving with your name, but the person who sent it wants to track your steps. Be careful before opening what comes next. You are being watched more closely than you think, and this is not an innocent delivery. The energy around this package is not clean. Something has been attached to it spiritually or physically to monitor you. This is more than just a surprise. It's a trap wrapped in the disguise of a gift. There was once a time when you trusted people blindly, and it cost you deeply. This moment is a test to see if you've learned from that past pain. Someone has used your name, your location, and something personal you once told them to orchestrate this. Inside the box is more than just an item, it's a message. A silent observer has made plans to provoke a reaction from you. They want to see how quickly you respond, what you say, and what you do. Type Amen to get blessing 114. You may notice unusual behavior in your surroundings after this delivery. Lights flickering, devices acting odd, or a sudden uneasy feeling in your chest. Don't ignore these signs. The moment you open the package, something will begin to shift, and it may not be easy to undo. Comment now if you felt like someone has eyes on you lately. Many signs have already reached your doorstep, but you missed them, thinking they were ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about what's about to arrive in your name. The sender is not who you think they are. The return label might be false, with the handwriting altered, but the energy tells the truth. Someone familiar is behind this, asked by someone unknown. You were spoken about in a group chat recently. Your photo, your movements, even your home location were discussed like a subject on a table. They agreed on a plan, and this package is phase 1. Type Amen to get blessing 459. This isn't just a material package, it's a key that opens a deeper spiritual gate. The person who sent it didn't only want to give, they wanted to take something from you. They want access to your energy, to your reactions, to your vibration. Archangel Michael says, your soul knows something feels off, even before the doorbell rings. The slight chill in your back, the sudden change in your pet's behavior, it all points to this. You must protect your atmosphere before opening anything. Salt at the threshold. Water in a bowl near your entrance. Keep your name from being spoken too loudly today, and light a protection candle if you can. You are being spiritually scanned as if your aura holds a password they want. The person is trying to use your emotional memory. Something you once shared with them, maybe a favorite color, scent, or nickname, is being used to lure you into feeling safe when you shouldn't be. This is manipulation at its most subtle. Type Amen to get blessing 788. The reason this person is doing this is rooted in obsession. They want to know what you're doing, where you're going, and more importantly, how much you've healed since they last hurt you. They want to intrude on your peace, but they underestimate your strength now. The package may contain a device or item that isn't obvious but serves a purpose. A bracelet, a framed quote, or a small box of stones. None of it is random. Every piece was selected to match your memory of them, to lower your guard. Don't allow nostalgia to make you vulnerable. Don't allow curiosity to be your downfall. What looks like a gift may very well be a surveillance seed. Someone recently whispered your name to a person you do not know. That stranger is not a stranger to your enemy. They are connected in silence, plotting in shadows, and hoping you remain distracted just long enough for the plan to unfold. Type Amen to get blessing 926. Archangel Michael says, protection is not fear, it's awareness. You are not paranoid. You are being awakened to the patterns of deceit around you. You have been too silent for too long, and someone took your silence as an invitation. Comment if you've noticed unknown numbers calling or odd deliveries that didn't make sense. This is all part of a slow campaign to monitor your mind, to disturb your flow, to shake your inner balance. But they won't succeed, not this time. There's a woman involved. She was once around your space, maybe in a friendly role, or maybe as a messenger. She gave something of yours to the one who's tracking you now. They are using your birthday, your address, even your scent. Something personal have been planted in that package as a link, like a password to your energy field. Type Amen to get blessing 302. You have to remember one thing: your instincts are your superpower. The moment you feel unsure about a delivery, do not open it in your home. Place it outside or take it somewhere neutral. There's a name attached to the delivery that you will recognize, but it's not the real sender. They used a proxy to hide themselves, but your spirit is stronger than their disguise. You've grown too much to fall for the same tricks. A piece of information is inside the box that they want you to acknowledge. Once you do, they'll take it as a sign to begin phase 2 of their manipulation. Don't give them that access. Comment now if you've ever had a gut feeling about someone only to find out later you were right. Your intuition isn't just emotion, it's protection from heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 781. This package is not meant to bless you. It's meant to distract, delay, and disturb. They hope you waste your time analyzing it, thinking about it, talking about it, and in that distraction, they make their next move. Watch the timing of the delivery. It'll come at an odd hour, maybe late evening or unusually early. It's because they want to catch you in a moment of unguarded energy. You may be tempted to post about it or ask others what they think. Be careful, one of the people you ask could be directly connected to the sender. Stay silent for a while and observe who shows strange interest in your reaction. This is not a regular package. It's a spiritual weapon wrapped in material disguise. But once you reject it, its power vanishes. Type Amen to get blessing 667. Archangel Michael says, you are seconds away from a major shift. This package is a last attempt to stop what's coming your way. They know once you step into your next season, they'll lose all influence over you. Your name was written on the box with intention. They repeated your name over and over before sealing it, whispering ill will, hoping it would carry through. But what they failed to see is you're covered in divine light now. Comment now if you feel like the timing of this delivery is too perfect to be random. The truth is, it isn't random. It's targeted, calculated, and spiritually charged. Someone wants to know if you're still vulnerable. They want to trigger your past version, the one who doubted, who over-explained, who second-guessed their worth. But that version no longer lives in you. Type Amen to get blessing 204. Be careful where you place that package. Don't let it near your bed, your altar, or places you pray. Keep it away from your photos, your hairbrush, your sacred objects. If you feel a headache, pressure in your chest, or strange sounds near the doorway, it's not coincidence. These are spiritual indicators that something foreign is trying to penetrate your space. Reject it with confidence, not fear. You have ancestors and angels circling you now. They're showing you signs like flickering lights, shills, or repeating numbers. Listen, respond, and shield your space. Burn incense, open windows, cleanse the floor with salt water. Speak your truth into the air. I reject any energy that is not mine, any spirit that was not sent by light. Type Amen to get blessing 958. This is your warning and your empowerment. You are not helpless. You are not at their mercy. You are fully in control when you stay grounded and aligned. Archangel Michael says, the one who sent this wants to see if you still respond to their games. But you've outgrown their chaos. You're not the same person they hurt before. Watch how quickly your life accelerates after you deny them access. The test was real, but so is your reward. The blessing is waiting right after you say no. Comment now if you're ready to break the chain they've tried to wrap around you once again. This time, you won't just survive it, you'll rise from it. You're stepping into the untouchable version of you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1007. You were chosen to receive this message before opening what was meant to mislead you. This warning didn't reach you by chance. It was sent to intercept what was planned to confuse your spirit. The delivery may be physical, but the real war is energetic. They are counting on you to overlook the details. They hope you'll dismiss the odd feeling in your stomach, ignore the sudden silence in your home, or chalk it up to imagination. But you're no longer in the same season of blindness. You're walking with a light around you now. The kind of light that exposes hidden motives, even when they try to smile. You're not just alert, you're aligned. Comment if you sense people from the past suddenly coming back into your awareness. That is not a coincidence, it's tied to this moment. This package, this delivery, is the start of a reactivated spiritual assignment. Type Amen to get blessing 611. They wanted to catch you when you were lonely. They timed it around a moment where they assumed you were vulnerable. But you surprised even them because you're not who you used to be. Archangel Michael says, be wise. Here's a sound that will play in your ears after the delivery. A humming, a knock, or even the unusual sound of a phone vibrating with no call. It's a sign from the divine, warning you to step back. Your name was spoken in a room you weren't in. Someone tried to curse it under their breath, and another person tried to lift it. This battle isn't new, it's only now reached your door. Do not touch what was meant to trap you. Even if it looks harmless, even if it's wrapped with ribbon, even if it has a card with beautiful words. It's not what it seems. Type Amen to get blessing 344. You've walked through too much darkness to fall for cheap disguises now. You've healed too deeply to be drawn in by fake flattery or masked affection. Your spirit is no longer accessible like it once was. Someone is watching to see if you still react like your past self. That version of you who opened every door, replied to every text, accepted, every apology is gone. You are wiser now, and they hate that. The person who sent it knows your tendencies. They studied your timing, your schedule, your reactions. They used what they knew to create something personalized just for manipulation. But it won't work. You're surrounded by a force that they cannot access. The same angels who guarded you through your last spiritual storm are standing in front of your door now. Type Amen to get blessing 223. They wanted to start something, an energetic connection that would open a gate into your life again. They didn't expect you to have grown spiritual armor. They didn't expect you to have discernment. Inside that package is something they spiritually activated. Maybe it's setted. Maybe it's tech-based. Maybe it's symbolic. Whatever it is, it's meant to keep your energy open like a wound. You not let them in through sympathy. You not soften because of memories. Remember how long it took you to break free of the chains they once wrapped around your heart. Comment if you've recently had dreams about someone from your past. Dreams are spiritual gateways. You were warned in advance before this physical item ever made it to your doorstep. Type Amen to get blessing 590. You will receive strange responses once you don't open it. People around you may ask odd questions. Someone may pretend they're just checking in. But behind their tone is curiosity tied to the sender. They're tracking not just the item but your behavior. Whether you bring it inside, whether you share it, whether you acknowledge it. It's all part of their monitoring. Let them wonder why you didn't respond. Let them stay confused. Your silence is louder than any message they hope to pull from your reaction. Your power lies in your pause. Your power lies in your restraint. You no longer have to open every door just because someone knocks. Type Amen to get blessing 472. This is a chapter in your journey where only clean energy is allowed. No more recycled pain. No more masked enemies. No more spiritual sabotage dressed up as generosity. The sender wanted control. But what they don't realize is you've been divinely detached from everything that once held you back. You've been cleared of old attachments. There's someone who tried this before. A give. A token. A favor. And last time, it worked. But this time, it will fail because you're no longer accessible on that level. Archangel Michael says, the next 48 hours are important. Protect your home. Protect your mind. Protect your name. Type Amen to get blessing 799. Say it out loud. I cancel all spiritual contracts formed without my consent. I block every item, word, or energy that is not for my elevation. Your voice carries power. Use it. Don't engage. Don't argue. Don't defend. Let them wonder in silence. The more you ignore the trap, the quicker it collapses on itself. This person's plan was birthed from bitterness. You're free now, and your glow irritates their darkness. They think this gift will slow you down, but it will only expose them. Comment if you've ever felt the presence of someone you cut ties with still trying to reach you through dreams, feelings, or sudden thoughts. That's not random. That's energy trying to reopen a closed gate. Type Amen to get blessing 688. They are watching more than your door. They are watching your platforms, your words, your silence. This message wasn't just for warning, it was for preparation. Prepare for the truth to come out. Their name will slip. Their plan will be revealed. And someone you least expected will accidentally expose the root of this delivery. Archangel Michael says, what they planted to harm you will turn into proof of their betrayal. Their package will become evidence, and your silence will be your victory. Let the package sit unopened. Let the energy fall flat. And when the blessing arrives not wrapped in deceit, but in truth, you'll feel the shift immediately. Type Amen to get blessing 540. You've been elevated to a place where your presence is a threat to darkness. That's why they keep trying to pull you down. But every attempt only builds your story. This season is not for distractions. It's for restoration. Every item, every word, every movement must now serve your purpose or be left behind. The more they watch, the more heaven blesses you. The more they try to spy, the more your angels blind their vision. Your light is guarded. So open only what is for you. Accept only what aligns. And trust that what is meant for you will never come with strings attached. Type Amen to get blessing 821. You will feel lighter soon. This was the last attempt to rehook your soul to something you've been freed from. But now that you've seen it for what it is, it holds no power over you. The blessing ahead is unshakable. And this package, the distraction, will fade in your memory as you rise above every spiritual attempt to hold you down. Watch your steps, but do not walk in fear. Be aware, but not afraid. You were born for this moment. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. Your feet are walking on sacred ground now. Every step you take is watched by forces both divine and deceptive. But you were not made to be shaken, you were made to be protected, and your angels are ahead of you. They saw the light return to your eyes. They saw your posture shifted. They saw you begin to walk with authority again. That is why this delivery was timed to interrupt your growth. It's not just about a package, it's about envision. A silent break-in, not through doors, but through your spirit. They think if they can't reach your mind, they'll try to reach your space. Archangel Michael says, not everything that arrives with your name belongs to you. You must spiritually return to sender what was never rooted in love. This was not a gift, it was a setup. Type Amen to get blessing 646. You have to recognize patterns before they become storms. The person who sent this package has a past of manipulation. They always give, but only to take something back. Their mind is twisted by envy. They speak softly in public but curse your name in private. They smile through teeth gritted with jealousy. A camera lens may be hidden. A tag may be coded. A scent may be infused with memory spells. They are trying to anchor your energy to the past through physical items. You are not who you were when you last received something like this. You are no longer an open door for unresolved energy. Type Amen to get blessing 588. Comment now if you've ever had someone say, "This reminded me of you," and it left you uneasy. That was never about you, it was always about keeping a thread tied to your spirit. They may say it's harmless, but spirits attach through objects, emotions, and openings of memory. One wrong emotional reaction can spiral your peace downward. Let them be disappointed. Let them wonder why it didn't work this time. Let them see that your light is now unreachable without permission. You hold more power than you realize. When you reject what they sent, they lose the grip they thought they had over your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 901. They know you have stepped into a space of divine clarity. That's why they're trying to shake it with distractions. But all they've done is make their motives clearer. Do not respond. Do not acknowledge the package on any platform. Let silence be the gatekeeper of your victory. You're not the victim of this story, you're the one who got away. You're the one they can't replace. It's why they're sending this now, trying to reignite access. But even if they show up at your door next, your boundaries are solid. Your spirit is guarded. Your name is covered by heaven's decree. Type Amen to get blessing 713. Their biggest fear is your indifference. That you won't flinch. That you won't break. That you'll keep rising without looking back. And you will. This was only one more trick from a person losing their hold on your name. They're spiraling, and your peace is haunting them. Archangel Michael says, you were not meant to live in cycles. This moment is not a test, it's a sign that you've exited their orbit. Let them send what they want. It will never find a home in your heart again. Your elevation is sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 877. Their plan was built on the hope that you would still need their validation. But you've already been crowned with something higher: clarity, peace, alignment. Don't forget what it cost you to find your peace. Don't trade it for curiosity. Don't lose it over a package sent with poisonous intention. Comment now if you feel a shift in your energy. That's not anxiety, that's protection. That's your angels brushing your skin, keeping you alert. You are not in danger. You are in awareness. And awareness is a weapon that protects you from spiritual ambush. Type Amen to get blessing 330. This item was never a gift, it was bait. But you didn't bite. You didn't fall. You didn't open the door to the person who had to hide behind wrapping paper. They tried to summon your past through this delivery. But your past has been buried. What rose in its place was someone they no longer recognize. Don't return to anything that drained you. Don't revisit what broke you. There's nothing left for you in that energy. Instead, bless yourself. Adjujetu. Speak your name with love. You are protected, purposed, and untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 507. Even if they sent a letter inside, don't read it. Their words are a net. Their language is laced with confusion. Don't absorb what was designed to entangle. They are not checking in, they are checking your location. They are not reconnecting, they are relinking to take again. But you've drawn a spiritual line they cannot cross. Let them keep guessing. Let them watch your light from far away. They'll see your elevation, but never touch it again. Your home is shielded. Your voice is powerful. Your path is guarded. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You are no longer open to recycled pain. You are no longer accessible through manipulation. You are not waiting for apologies, you are moving in full authority. This package may sit outside. Let it collect dust. Let it become a forgotten attempt by someone who never deserved access to your peace. They will be exposed. Someone around them will speak. And everything done in darkness will crumble. You don't need revenge. Your growth is the closure. Your silence is the sword. Your blessing is the response. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You are walking into a realm where spiritual awareness is your shield. Nothing enters your life unless it's aligned with your assignment. No enemy, no package, no object can shift the calling on your life. You are sealed. You are chosen. You are walking proof that protection is real. Comment below if you've ever had to walk away from something you once thought was harmless, only to find out it was spiritual bait. You are not alone in this revelation. The divine will use even a package to train your eyes, to train your heart, to refine your boundary. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The person behind this act didn't expect you to evolve. They remembered you as someone naive, someone forgiving, someone easy to confuse. But that version of you has been spiritually retired. Now your silence is calculated. Your peace is guarded. Your intuition speaks louder than any explanation someone could try to send in a package. You are no longer in the dimension where their tricks work. You are no longer vulnerable to their sugar-coated manipulation. They are reaching into a version of you that no longer exists. Archangel Michael says, "Let them chase a ghost. Let them spend energy trying to stir a spirit that has already healed. You are no longer accessible on the level they used to reach." Type Amen to get blessing 1006. They wanted you to open a box, but instead, you opened your eyes. They wanted you to read a card, but instead, you read their pattern. This package is not just a failed attack. It's evidence of their desperation. It shows how much they still want to have an invisible chain around your soul. Someone around you knows what's inside. A friend of theirs. A mutual connection. Someone who pretended not to care but watched your reaction the moment the package was delivered. That silence you kept. It made them nervous. That refusal to respond. It made them wonder if you knew more than you let on. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Your angels have built a wall that no hands can break. That box, no matter how close it came to your home, will never enter your energy if you choose stillness. The scent, the symbol, the script, it was a spell. But the spell failed because your power is no longer borrowed, it's built. And what you build, they cannot break. You may feel like isolating, like pulling back. That's not fear, that's recalibration. Your spirit is adjusting to a higher realm of discernment. You are being positioned to lead, not just to protect yourself, but to warn others, to open their eyes, to shift their awareness through your experience. Type Amen to get blessing 808. The person who tried this will begin to experience chaos soon. Not from your hand, but from the weight of what they attempted. The energy they tried to plant will now return to them multiplied. They're going to wonder why everything they touch is breaking. They will see that it was never karma, it was consequence. Do not interfere. Do not pity. Let the divine handle what was never your fight to begin with. You were only meant to say no and stay clean. And that's what you did. Even in silence, you declared power. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Comment below if you're reclaiming every part of yourself that was once given away through guilt, emotion, or manipulation. This is your full return to sovereignty. You are the storm they didn't predict, the silence they didn't prepare for, the boundary they never thought you'd build. This season will show you why they tried so hard to break you before. They saw your future before you did. They feared what you were becoming. Now you see it too, and you're not afraid of it anymore. You're walking toward it, fully aware, fully protected, and fully anointed. Type Amen to get blessing 909. You were divinely warned. This message didn't come late, it came right on time. Before you could act impulsively. Before you could crack the door open with hope. You don't need their apology. You don't need closure. What you need is protection, and heaven has already provided it. The package was wrapped in temptation, but inside was a delay, a plan, a spiritual anchor to pull you into confusion. But your clarity broke the link. Your stillness shattered the chain. Your wisdom exposed the trap. Type Amen to get blessing 400. Let them watch. Let them guess. Let them talk. You've exited the room they thought they could control. Archangel Michael says, what was sent to confuse you will now be used to crown you. The delay they hoped to create will be flipped into acceleration. The very energy they directed at you is being reversed. The intention they spoke over that box is now circling back to the mouth that released it. Don't waste another breath on wondering why. Just be glad you didn't open it. You passed the test many would have failed. Type Amen to get blessing 919. There is a reason heaven is silent after the warning. It's because you already took the right step. You didn't need to fight. You didn't need to explain. You just needed to resist. That is the lesson you've mastered: spiritual resistance. The kind of power that doesn't scream, doesn't run, doesn't collapse. It simply says, not here. Not me. Not now. Let them feel the weight of your absence. Let them face the silence they created. Let them replay their mistake in their mind while you walk forward into joy. Joy that can't be wrapped in cardboard. Joy that isn't delivered, it's developed. And it's already yours. Type Amen to get blessing 1112. No matter what they try next, it will be seen before it starts. You've entered a space of spiritual foresight. Your discernment now sits at the door before anything enters. Even your sleep is protected. The angels are watching the space around you. No one can sneak past divine security. Comment now if your energy has felt clear lately. That's not luck, it's the release of hidden attachments that once clung to you. This delivery was the last rope. You've cut it. Now walk free. And don't look back. Type Amen to get blessing 633. Your name is no longer where it used to be. It's been lifted. Written in divine places. covered by fire. They can whisper it. They can type it, but it won't reach you unless it's pure. You are now a protected territory. Unauthorized energy can't enter. That includes packages, apologies, or excuses. You are not the destination for recycled pain. You are the destination for breakthroughs, answers, love, truth. This was the last test before a major opening. And now that you've passed, the blessings waiting in the wings are about to rush in. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessings 7,777. You are now untouchable by the very ones who once had access. Their confusion will grow louder as your peace expands in silence. They will not understand how the same tactics they once used so easily now break on your shield like glass. This message is not just about what's in the package, it's about what's inside you. The power you've cultivated, the wisdom you've earned, and the protection you've activated now radiates beyond your physical reach. The sender did not calculate your growth. They did not expect your maturity. They did not imagine that the version of you who once opened everything without question is now the one who sees through spiritual layers like X-rays. Type Amen to get blessing 8,181. Someone who used to study you is still watching, but they are watching through confusion now. You're not showing the emotional patterns they expected. You're not reacting like their memory of you. You've outgrown their schemes. There's a reason why they didn't send a message before the package. They didn't want you to think. They didn't want you to question. They wanted to strike suddenly, before your discernment had time to rise. But even before the knock on the door, even before the courier stepped close, your spirit already received the alert. Your energy rejected it before your hands ever touched it. And now, they are scrambling because the tactic failed. Because you did nothing. And your nothingness screamed louder than any defense they expected. Type Amen to get blessing 221. Let this moment be a marker in your memory. Not of fear, but of wisdom, of strength, of confirmation. You are no longer the hunted, you are the protected. The same way they planned silently, heaven intercepted quietly. That is why the package may have arrived, but the power of it had been neutralized. You're no longer walking blind. You're walking as one who can sense every shift in the air, every frequency, every fake smile, every false I'm thinking of you energy disguised in beautiful wrapping. Comment if you've ever had a moment where you paused and realized, this isn't right. That instinct is divine. That hesitation is sacred. Type Amen to get blessing 1003. Archangel Michael says, heaven is closing doors you didn't even know were open. This delivery was the final chord between you and a spirit that refused to let go. But now it's done. The sender thought they still had power. But they didn't realize you no longer answer when ego knocks. You only respond to alignment now. They are going to spiral in silence. Expect a chain of emotional responses. Subtle digital sign. Accidental messages. People bringing up their name out of nowhere. All of this is reaction to your refusal. And while they react, you will rise. Widely, boldly, divinely. Type Amen to get blessing 4777. This is your reward for obedience. You didn't need validation, you trusted your spirit. You didn't need a crowd, you moved in silence. You didn't need an explanation, you chose elevation. Let this be the last time a trap finds its way to your doorstep. Mark your doors with peace. Cleanse your space with intention. Speak over your name like it's sacred, because it is. The more you elevate, the more desperate they become. But desperation leads to exposure. And exposure is already unfolding. The same hands that sealed that package will soon be revealed. The same lips that whispered your name behind your back will slip in front of the wrong person. Type Amen to get blessing 5353. You are not invisible anymore. Your light is visible in spiritual realms. That's why you're being targeted. But what they don't realize is you're not alone. You're surrounded. Surrounded by warriors in spirit. Surrounded by fire. Surrounded by divine codes that reject unclean energy before it can even enter your atmosphere. This delivery may have been planned with care, but it was birthed in darkness. And anything born in shadows cannot stand in your light. Reject the invitation. Return the energy. Close the door. Delete the thaw. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. You were sent this warning because you are the chosen one in your bloodline to break patterns, to break spiritual contracts, to end access. The very item they hoped would rekindle confusion has instead reminded you of your growth. It reminded you of how far you've come. It reminded you of who you become. Your memory may try to pull you into softness, but don't confuse nostalgia for permission. Not every familiar feeling is a green light. They are hoping to reset the cycle, but that cycle is closed. Vinny. Married. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Let your silence echo. Let your boundaries speak volumes. Let your strength hum in the walls of your home like divine thunder. They'll never say it out loud, but they know now they can't reach you anymore. And even if they try again, their efforts will hit a wall of holy resistance. You've outgrown the spell. You've outgrown the sender. You have grown the game. Comment now if this moment feels like a shift for you. This isn't just a message. This is a spiritual announcement. You are no longer on their frequency. Type Amen to get blessing 7444. There's no need for fear. There's only need for awareness. Keep your space clean. Keep your phone silent. Keep your emotions grounded. You're not just being protected, you're being upgraded. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. This delivery was an attack, but your reaction became the breakthrough. And now, the blessings will start flowing like water. No more blocks. No more tricks. No more spiritual delays dressed as physical kindness. You've won a war without ever lifting your voice. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Archangel Michael says, you were born to discern what others ignore. That's why the enemy uses subtlety on you. But subtlety has no power over the awakened. Let this be the message you remember when someone tries to gift you with confusion again. You won't be caught slipping. You are alert, aligned, and ascending. The delivery hath been intercepted. The sender hath been revealed. The motive has been denied. And you are still standing, still shining, still chosen. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 9,999. The silence after the package arrived speaks louder than the footsteps that brought it. Every inch of stillness around your door is a spiritual echo heaven, confirming that your refusal to open it was the right decision. You did more than reject a box. You broke a spiritual hook designed to pull you backward. They will feel that break in their chest, in their sleep, in their emotions, and they won't even know why. Because when a chosen one says no, all of hell trembled. That package was not ordinary. It was timed, spelled, and spiritually loaded. But your discernment was too sharp. Your protection too thick. Type Amen to get blessing 4,441. The person who sent it has now entered a restless phase. They may start showing up online, liking old posts, sending subtle messages, pretending to be friendly. They don't care about reconnecting, they care about control. The package didn't work, so now they will attempt emotional bait. But don't respond. Their spirit is agitated because their plan failed. They thought your guard was still weak. They thought they could sneak back in with nostalgia. But now, your silence is your sword. Type Amen to get blessing 2,202. They will try again. But this time it won't be physical, it will be verbal, emotional, or digital. This is where you must stay firm. Do not let anyone guilt you for protecting your space. Even people you love may say they meant well. But your spirit knows otherwise. Your spirit already tasted the energy wrapped inside that box. And it wasn't light. It wasn't love. It was possession disguised as a parcel. Archangel Michael says, when you protect your peace, you are not being rude, you are being righteous. Type Amen to get blessing 3,699. Your boundaries are holy now. No one gets to cross them with old games. Not after the pain you survived. Not after the healing you fought for. Remember how hard it was to rebuild your confidence, your clarity, your faith in your own intuition. Don't throw it away for a familiar voice carrying a hidden blade. Comment below if you've ever received something that felt wrong before you even opened it. That was not coincidence. That was a spiritual red flag and you caught it. This time, you didn't ignore the sign. You honored it. And the heavens took note. Type Amen to get blessing 5,580. They underestimated how strong you became in silence. They thought your lack of reaction was weakness. But it was the sound of strength maturing. You used to open everything. Now, you observe before accepting. You used to give the benefit of the doubt. Now, you give yourself the benefit of protection. You didn't just pass a test. You passed a spiritual graduation. You're not the same. You're wiser. You're more aware. And your elevation cannot be undone by any package, person, or plan. Type Amen to get blessing 9,292. You are now untouchable without permission. Your soul is gated by divine codes. Only purity can enter. Everything else is rejected even if it comes with your name on it. The delivery system has changed. The enemy is no longer using direct confrontation, they are using silence, confusion, memory. But none of that works on the awaken. You saw it. You sensed it. You rejected it. That's how cycles are broken. That's how freedom is claimed. That's how chosen ones move in divine intelligence. Type Amen to get blessing 1311. The one who sent the package is confused now. They don't understand how their spell missed. They don't understand why the energy didn't stick. It's because you've been covered in something they don't recognize. Something not even they can name. But we can. Divine favor. That favor is multiplying as we speak. Doors are opening. Blocks are breaking. You didn't do. You didn't fold. You didn't flinch. You didn't fall. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Your victory is sealed. Even as they whisper, even as they watch, even as they plan again, they will not find you in the same emotional space again. You've left that level. That's why their tricks look so obvious now. That's why the package didn't move you. That's why your silence hit harder than any confrontation. Your absence is now a shield. Your distance is now armor. And your peace is now untouchable. Archangel Michael says, you don't need to defend your peace. You just need to preserve it. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. You'll notice this shift everywhere now. In your conversations. In your sleep. And how people talk to you. You'll begin to sense the change in frequency. You are being lifted to a space where only light can follow. Let go of what tries to weigh you down. Even if it looks good on the outside, if your spirit says no, trust it. That no is divine. That pause is protection. That silence is a shield. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Let them try again. You'll be long gone by the time they figure out your energy can no longer be manipulated. Type Amen to get blessing 7770. You are not their puppet. You are not their memory. You are not their test subject. You are the curse breaker. The cycle ender. The elevation bearer. This message was your confirmation. That what arrived with your name wasn't for you. That what came knocking wasn't worthy of your door. That your awareness saved you again. Let this be the final nail in the plan they tried to bury you with. You are not buried. You are reborn. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Every breath you take from this point forward carries the scent of freedom. You are no longer surrounded by confusion, illusion, or guilt-based invitations. That package was not a gift, it was a mirror of everything you no longer accept. They may try to resent it. In a different form. Through a different person. Even digitally or emotionally. But the door is shut and sealed now. The access point is gone. The opening is gone. The spiritual gate is locked with heavenly codes. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. They won't understand why their message won't land. Why their plan will pull. Why their hold won't stick. It's because you're not just avoiding what they sent. You're dismantling everything attached to it: energy, memory, vibration, intent. You didn't just block a package. You severed a tie. And the ripple effect will travel through every connection that ever tried to keep you in chains. You will see their names come up again. Not because you summoned them, but because your spirit is being shown the full list of what is no longer allowed in your next season. Type Amen to get blessing 6661. Archangel Michael says, you passed a hidden test sent by hands that smiled in the past but carried venom in their touch. And now your reward will be louder than their silence. This time, you didn't need help. You didn't need a confirmation. You didn't even need a second opinion. You trusted yourself. You trusted the chills, the feeling, the way the air changed when the box came close, the way your body rejected it before your hands even touched it. Your body knew. Your soul knew. Heaven knew. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Now you know too. That package was a spiritual knock from the past, and you left it on the porch. Let it sit there. Let it run. Let the message return unanswered. Because not every knock is meant to be answered. Not every name deserves your gaze. Not every box with your label deserves your curiosity. You are not the same. You are built of discernment, light, fire, truth. And truth doesn't need wrapping paper. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. Let your boundary speak louder than your words. Let your silence become the thunder they can't silence. They will realize soon that the energy they sent out can't find you anymore. It can only circle them. They touched your name without permission. They stirred your energy without access. And the law of spirit will now return everything they tried to give you threefold. You owe them nothing. Not your attention. Not your response. Not even your emotion. Type Amen to get blessing 8282. The moment you ignored the package, heaven celebrated. The divine knew what was inside before it left their hands. And they sent signs, signs you didn't miss this time. You caught the whisper. You noticed the change in the air. You saw the number. You heard the name in your dream. Everything led to this. And now, your decision has shifted the entire timeline of your future. You have stepped out of a trap and into triumph. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Comment below if you've ever had to let go of something you almost touched, almost opened, almost replied to but didn't. That almost was divine mercy. That pause was prophetic protection. You just been upgraded in the spiritual realm. Your radar is sharper. Your sensitivity is higher. Your resistance is stronger. Let them knock. Let them wait. Let them try to guess why their spell no longer sticks. They lost access. And you gained ascension. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. From this day forward, watch how clear everything becomes. Watch how no confusion touches you. Watch how only aligned energy comes to your door. Archangel Michael says, your space is now a sanctuary. Your door is no longer a revolving exit for confusion, but a gate for purpose. You have learned the rhythm of divine timing, the value of silence, the power of spiritual rejection. That package was your final temptation. and you passed it without fanfare, without noise, just power. Type Amen to get blessing 1111, so celebrate silently. Woo boldly. Let peace decorate your home. Let protection be the scent in your air. Because what's coming next isn't a test, it's a reward. The doors that now open will not come from manipulation, ills, or confusion. They will come from truth, clarity, destiny. You will not need to doubt what's divine. It will enter with purity, not in disguise. And when it arrives, you will know not in fear, but in full peace. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 10,000.